Adolf Hitler's rise to power was not sudden, and it was not inevitable. It unfolded slowly, shaped by personal failure, national trauma, political instability, and the breakdown of democratic safeguards. Understanding how this happened is essential, not to elevate the individual, but to understand how systems can fail and how extremist movements can take hold during times of crisis. This is the story of how Adolf Hitler went from obscurity to becoming the leader of Germany, and how a modern democracy collapsed from within. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20, 1889, in the small Austrian town of Braunau am Inn. His father, Alois Hitler, worked as a customs official and ruled the household with strict discipline. His mother, Clara, was caring and deeply protective of her son. The tension between authority and dependence shaped Hitler's early personality. As a student, Hitler struggled. He performed poorly in most subjects and clashed repeatedly with teachers and authority figures. His interests were narrow but intense, focused mainly on art, architecture, and grand historical narratives. He imagined himself destined for greatness, but this belief was unsupported by reality. In 1907, Hitler moved to Vienna to pursue a career as an artist. He applied to the Academy of Fine Arts and was rejected. He tried again the following year and failed once more. These rejections marked a turning point. Without formal education, stable income, or family support, Hitler slipped into poverty. By 1909, he was living in homeless shelters and surviving on small jobs and donations. Vienna at the time was a city of deep political division. Ethnic tensions, economic inequality, and aggressive nationalist rhetoric filled newspapers and public life. During these years, Hitler absorbed extremist ideas that blamed minorities and political opponents for social problems. These views hardened over time and became central to his later ideology. In 1913, Hitler left Austria and moved to Munich. The following year, World War I broke out. For Hitler, the war provided something he had never truly had before: structure, belonging, and a sense of purpose. He volunteered for the German army and served as a messenger, a role that exposed him to constant danger. He was wounded during the war and received military decorations, including the Iron Cross. While he was not a commanding officer, he took pride in his service and developed a deep emotional attachment to the German cause. When Germany surrendered in November 1918, Hitler was hospitalized after being temporarily blinded by a gas attack. The news of defeat devastated him. Like many Germans, he struggled to accept the outcome. The country had not only lost the war, but was now facing revolution, political unrest, and economic collapse. The Treaty of Versailles imposed severe penalties on Germany. Territory was lost, the military was restricted, and massive reparations were demanded. Many Germans viewed the treaty as deeply humiliating. Out of this anger grew the belief that Germany had been betrayed from within, rather than defeated on the battlefield. This narrative became a powerful tool for radical political movements. After the war, Hitler remained in Munich and worked briefly for the German army, monitoring political groups. In 1919, he attended a meeting of a small nationalist organization called the German Workers' Party. During the discussion, Hitler spoke passionately and forcefully, drawing attention from the group's leadership. He soon joined the party and quickly discovered his talent for public speaking. His speeches were emotional and confrontational, offering clear enemies and simple explanations for Germany's suffering. He blamed political leaders, left-wing movements, and minority groups for the nation's problems. The party was soon renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, later known as the Nazi Party. By 1921, Hitler had consolidated control and became its leader. Under his direction, the party adopted powerful symbols, mass rallies, and paramilitary groups designed to project strength and intimidate opponents. Despite growing attention, the movement remained limited in size. In 1923, however, Germany entered a severe economic crisis. Hyperinflation rendered money nearly worthless, wiping out savings and destroying trust in the government. Believing the moment was right, Hitler attempted to seize power in Munich during what became known as the Beer Hall Putsch. The effort failed quickly. Police confronted the marchers, violence broke out, and several people were killed. Hitler was arrested and charged with treason. The trial that followed became a national spectacle. Hitler used the courtroom to present himself as a defender of Germany rather than a criminal. The judges treated him leniently, and he was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but served less than 1. While imprisoned, Hitler dictated a book that outlined his worldview and political goals. More importantly, he reached a critical conclusion. Power in Germany would not be taken by force. It would be achieved through legal means, by exploiting the democratic system itself. After his release, Hitler rebuilt the Nazi Party with a new strategy. Violence was reduced, organization was improved, and propaganda became more sophisticated. The party expanded across Germany, appealing to different social groups with tailored messages. For several years, progress was slow. By 1928, the Nazis performed poorly in national elections. At the time, Germany appeared to be stabilizing. That stability ended abruptly in 1929. The global economic collapse known as the Great Depression struck Germany with devastating force. Millions lost their jobs. Businesses closed. Poverty spread rapidly. The democratic government struggled to respond, and public confidence eroded. In this environment, extremist movements gained traction. Hitler presented himself as a strong leader who could restore national pride, provide jobs, and bring order out of chaos. His message resonated with people who felt abandoned by traditional politics. By 1932, the Nazi Party had become the largest party in Germany's parliament. Hitler ran for president but lost to the aging war hero Paul von Hindenburg. Despite the loss, Hitler's influence continued to grow as governments collapsed one after another. Political elites believed they could use Hitler's popularity for their own purposes. They underestimated both his ambition and his ability to exploit power. On January 30th, 1933, Adolf Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany through legal means. At the time, only a small number of cabinet members belonged to his party. Many believed he could be controlled. Within weeks, a fire destroyed the German parliament building. The event was used to justify emergency measures that suspended civil liberties and allowed mass arrests of political opponents. Fear spread rapidly. Soon after, lawmakers passed legislation that gave Hitler the authority to govern without parliamentary approval. Under pressure and intimidation, Germany's democratic institutions surrendered their power. By the middle of 1933, opposition parties were banned, independent organizations were dissolved, and political resistance was crushed. Hitler had transformed his legal appointment into absolute control. His rise was not the result of a single decision or moment. It was the result of economic desperation, political division, and the gradual erosion of democratic norms. This history is not told to focus on one individual alone, but to highlight how fragile democratic systems can become when fear replaces reason and when institutions fail to protect themselves. Understanding how Adolf Hitler rose to power is essential not only as a record of the past, but as a reminder of the responsibilities required to protect the future.